Welcome back to Thinking Outside the Boot. It is episode 3, and today we'll be doing a UCL review. It's me, we got Samir, we got Jay, and we got Tristan as per usual. A lot has happened this week.
Too much.
Probably too much.
Predicted this 1-0. It's what's to be expected, bro. I said this. On paper, Liverpool, lovely team. Like, how is these guys not succeeding together? How are they not coherent? It's not even about that at this point. Regardless of Liverpool's form, you got to look at Gala's environment.
Yeah.
Again, like Newcastle, hard place to go to. Fans are behind them.
It wasn't even about the atmosphere for me. It just looked like they were unbothered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not unbothered like it didn't faze them. Like they genuinely did not give a shit. Like they were not playing at their top level. You can see Van Dijk. It's bad when your club captain, when something happens, he goes... That's when his head's gone. His head's gone. You're supposed to be the guy that's supposed to keep everyone
those
cool.
minute stuff that are getting to him now. Yeah.
Because he has composure. That's the one thing you know about Van Dijk's composure.
There's
How many
composure.
clips have you
It's
seen
true.
of him complaining this year?
Yeah.
It's like they are done with Arne, and I feel like because the players won the Prem last year and they've already thrown the season away in their head, they don't care for the fans about winning UCL. Like
the best players have already won the UCL, to be honest. Like the Alisson, the Salah, the Van Dijk, like the players who made them who they are have won the UCL.
Yeah, but that's like 2-3 players. Like there's like the Gravenbergs.
But those are the players. It's the player. It's the leaders.
Yeah. It's those guys who are like, all right, they should be motivating this team.
But do you guys think that plays an effect, the fan base?
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
100%.
it clearly shown, bro. It clearly has shown.
I also think the English media plays an effect because this whole year it's been about how good PL teams are. It's been no one can. They fooled me. I thought Tottenham had a chance. I can't lie. I was like, Tottenham could squeeze something out, and they were terrible. We'll talk about them later, but I think every PL team was looking at the first round as like
a bye,
pretty much. Like
City
probably were. Arsenal
Awakening
looked
for
like they didn't even come to play at all.
We'll
which
talk
we'll talk
about
about.
that later,
I agree. But I mean, Liverpool, it looked like the same thing where they almost just assumed that this game would be like a
not really.
Like
I don't think they assumed. Like genuinely watching this game surprised me so much because that's. It's like when you finally perceive how gone people's heads are.
Yeah.
That's what I saw in this game. They're gone. They're in Cancun, bro. They're going wherever they are. They're already there. Salah's already planning his next year's Christmas, bro. Now. Like I'm telling you,
100%.
They're gone. Their heads are gone. Salah, like the one thing you need at Liverpool, their identity is passion. And who is that player in that team that's just going crazy? Genuinely, I think Luis Diaz leaving is what the whole effect.
Well,
Is it Luis Diaz or is it Darwin Núñez?
But also
who had more of that
energy.
But Darwin Núñez is crazy energy that's just like chaos. I'm talking about
Who was good.
Diaz pressing like
he was a
it's
player.
95th minute. Liverpool are down to 8 men. I'm seeing Diaz sprinting full field. You know what I mean?
Those
Where's
type
that
of
player?
players.
They got that in Szoboszlai, but it's like he's not as quick. He's not that gegenpressing guy. He will give his heart, but it's like you need someone to lead the line in attack and maybe in defense. I know midfield is what wins games, but midfield is not. Szoboszlai is like a great midfielder, but he's not a leader midfielder. He's like a quiet leader. So you know what I mean? Like a Odegaard. Like he's like he leads by example, not leads by like passion. Atalanta
Bayern, which
game
was.
I watched the highlights. I didn't watch the game.
No. I think that was the one where everyone knew the result. Like you didn't even have to.
We literally called it. Like when we were doing our predictions, we literally said
we don't
Bayern
really
was
need to
gonna
talk
give
about the
straight
game. We need to
BTA.
talk about
we don't
the
need to talk about the
conversation
game.
around company because he's being pushed up into that City man. My question for y'all
Yo, did you see his drip on the sidelines
company,
though? Yo, this guy was dripped out.
That's not why they're winning, though. Okay,
guys.
I mean,
His company,
bro, if I have a manager who's dripped out on the
drippy,
sideline,
I'm gonna feel good about it. Yeah, I'm gonna feel good.
Manager.
I'll look at it on Lisa POV. Alright, yo.
If my manager's bob, I'll be bob too.
I get what you mean in the sense that it's like he relates to the player culture. You know,
But that's huge though.
Yeah.
That's still huge though. Relating.
I
to
do
player
think it
culture.
helps.
Yeah.
But
I think that's what he's brought because my question, I've been looking at Bayern and it's like, what have Bayern done differently, or are they just not underperforming like they did those 2 years with Leverkusen? Because if you really think about it, what has really improved with Bayern?
Consistency.
But they were consistent for like 9 years. That it happens like a 1 or 2 year fall
evidently
off.
last year was worse than this year. Evidently.
I don't know if we.
But they got pumped by Arsenal. Like they're not the best team in the world.
But they also they did get pumped by Arsenal, but it also was like away game, which is hard. And first goal being a corner, which we'll talk about corners for us, but that opens up the game so much, especially against a team that can't really defend that well. So it forces them to be even more.
Again,
they also had injured center backs that game.
I mean, their center backs aren't that good
regardless. But that's what I mean. Like, I don't think Tot or Upamecano played that game. I'm sure it was like Kim and Jae and or one of them played, but not both of them. Because I think
Tot and Kim and Jae.
Tot and Kim and Jae, right?
Upamecano was injured. So who's their best center back?
That's what I mean.
But the reason I'm saying this about Bayern is because you look at their attack. If they've never had a problem
they
with
both played. They both played.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
really?
They're just not that good.
Yeah, I guess they're just not great.
My
Fair enough.
The reason I'm questioning Company is just because in the games where they're not supposed to win, the games where it is a contested game, like that Chelsea game, they looked not that... Like, that first CL game, they did not look good.
I thought they fried Chelsea. I thought they killed them. I thought PSG was closer, but Diaz got a red. I think our game is actually the only game where you can look at them and be
even in the league, they're low-key moving kind of stinky sometimes.
But they also created such a gap at the top that they don't need to be that good.
It doesn't actually matter.
Like, they did went
It's
undefeated.
also Bundesliga. Don't forget the league they're playing.
Like, tell me
I think
I've low-key noticed with Company, too, he does not stick with, like, a set... like 11,
no.
like he's rotating every week.
Like for me, I don't trust. The reason I'm doubting Company is because
you're allowed to, by the way.
No, for you to be at a really big club, you have to have that mentality, and I just don't know where that mentality comes from because the mentality they need is CL mentality. He played at City when they were buns in the CL.
You're right.
You are
right.
He went to manage Burnley.
Again.
But don't forget the Bayern players have won.
Well,
right?
How many that are still
Kimmich,
there?
Goretzka.
Davies,
Gnabry, Neuer.
But they're French players now.
But they're
yes and no.
Best,
I mean, Kimmich is still their captain at the end of the day.
The club, like
the club is built on Champions League.
Yeah,
they've had the Bundesliga wrapped up. Yeah. All they have now is Champions League. Really.
What did Flick have before he won with them?
Nope. Like I think he was like he was assistant manager of Germany or something.
That's what I mean.
But he played.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's not the same as you're saying.
Well, he's at the World Cup final. Like that shows the pedigree. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. But Company has played at all those things. I mean, sure he hasn't managed, but he.
I don't know. It's kind of unfair, dude. Like again. It's kind of like in this Man United scenario. What do you want him to do?
Yeah,
is he not supposed? Yeah. It's like you gotta let the guy play. It's okay.
The only reason I'm talking about it is because I was trying to kind of say I don't think he's good enough for City. I think a Bayern or a PSG, those jobs where like you only like think about it this way: a PSG or a Bayern job, you're only like you're basically Bodo Glimt, bro. The league game does not fucking matter. The only game that you care about is CL.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's like
you get the kind of coast. Yeah.
Okay, but do you think Vincent Kompany has enough to win the Champions League with Bayern?
No, and I think if he goes City, bro, he's getting sacked within 2 months. Like,
I don't hate it.
Like, what is wrong with the grass?
We were
talking about that in the last. Yeah, he was telling me. Yeah, I didn't know that was a.
Spurs turf too. Spurs play with turf too. They play with that retractable.
It should be like mandated that you play.
They do too.
Where did you see them?
Yeah, they're slipping.
Wait, where?
Slipping. The Atletico game.
That's what I was saying.
Was it just poorly? Or was it just poorly set up? Or was it?
I don't know.
No, because when Barca played, there's this theory going on where it's like, are Atleti's players informed about their boot wear?
Yeah.
There's certain boot wear before.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's so much.
Because I actually think because he was talking about Real Madrid when they were speaking before.
Yeah.
But I think it's an actual Madrid, like their facilities. So Atletico and Real are obviously in the same city.
Yeah.
And I think both of them have to manage their fields a certain way. So they have like some weird turf fields that they use.
Like regulations or something.
Regulations, and that's why like the Spurs players kept slipping.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Shit.
you know how there's like pillar moments. They lost a Champions League final. That was a time for them to maybe become a big club, to actually think like a big club. Yeah. That summer was like one of the worst transfer windows of all time, where they signed like Lo Celso and Ndombele, all these players, and then they got Mourinho, sack him before a final.
Yeah.
Then they get Conte. Conte does really well in his first year. Second year, he's trying to do well. He's trying to do better. You sack him again because things are not going well. Even though he's bigger than your club, arguably. Like Conte is bigger than Tottenham.
He is bigger than Tottenham.
And then you guys bring in Ange. They've never won a trophy, bro. They would take finishing 17th to win. Obviously, people know that Igor Tudor is not good. Yeah. But like, you want to try something? Try it midweek. Try it FA Cup.
In the UCL, they haven't really been here in a minute.
Yeah.
And you want to play your second choice keeper.
It makes no sense.
When keeper is probably the most stressful position.
Yeah.
Especially dealing with the presses that teams have now.
And if we're honest too, like the mistakes were bad, yes. But the mistakes also weren't fully his fault.
Yeah.
No.
Like one of them was Van de Ven slipping.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously he's slipping. But like he's making a misplaced pass because he slipped.
And then Vicario came on the
and conceded right away.
The one where he didn't stop it. And
that's what I mean.
There. I think Daniel Levy genuinely wants them to go down so they could just have a reboot. Because you cannot tell me that this guy genuinely wants them to stay up the way he's talking about, the way he's playing. If you accept this job, you know how fucked and toxic it is. Why are you, when asked about your job, you're like, I don't know. You're just shrugging your shoulders. Why are you here then? Why are you here?
No, it's a good point. If you're going to come into a club, results don't go your way. Whatever. But you got to be able to back your team and back the fans and the culture of the club.
Genuinely, he like fake believed in them, and then he saw after that first performance, I think he lost the players because I know for a fact he went crazy on them, like on that team talk. And then after it, brother, you just came in. Why are you screaming at people that you like? You got to earn their trust. You know what I mean? Why are you?
And you can't earn their trust losing 5 games on the bounce since you've been in, like
and switching when he's had to make a consistent team.
Y'all know that dressing room is just
toxic.
Or I don't even think people talk to each other on the WhatsApp. No. Yo, those guys don't even go home with each other. Everybody leaves at separate time.
This guy Xavi Simons was posting like bare TikToks when he came in. This guy hasn't posted a TikTok in like 4 months, bro.
Do you think that it went differently than how we said? Because I feel like we went straight on the nose.
I predicted a 1-0. What I said happened, bro. Yeah. They attacked the flanks. They made Barca's high line look dumb as usual.
Yeah. Which is going to happen if you have fast wingers like Alanga and Gordon. Bro,
I knew Alanga was going to play.
That man is...
I knew it.
I can't play that high up against teams that kill teams on transition.
That gimmick was not going to work against them.
That's why they lost to Inter when they were way better than them. Because you just gave them chances by having a high line.
I do want to give Barca a little credit. I thought Cubarsí and Jared Martin did very well that game.
Yeah, they did.
And I was watching Cancelo defend like...
Hey, can I play the game?
Since when does João Cancelo defend?
Yeah. And he was going up forward.
Like, Cubarsí making last-ditch tackles, Martin clearing everything. For as much as we questioned Barca's backline, I thought they were pretty solid.
I knew Barca wasn't going to win this game.
Yeah.
Are these Barca youngsters being played to the ground? Lamine knows that if Barca are down, they are genuinely counting on him. Yeah. And for an 18-year-old, that's like too much pressure.
Are Barca's youngsters too good to not play?
Lamine is generational. We have to look at it like this.
Yeah.
You play for Barca. There's a reason why you are there. There's a reason why you're playing week in and week out.
I think it's too much pressure for him. I think it's too much pressure for his body. Like, I genuinely don't think mentally, so I'm concerned that he is going to just
He's going to go the Saka route.
Or if Lamine can help them win the UCL this year, and then his body is terrible next year, he'll be fine.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You won the UCL, right?
Exactly.
I know what y'all want to say, so let's just address it right here. It was a penalty. That's not the dialogue that we should have. We should talk about, are the people in charge of VAR too lenient?
No, it's not lenient. It's inconsistent.
No,
I don't think it's a pen.
I see where his foot was.
Yeah,
but you can't make that tackle. Everyone's gonna leave their leg there.
I don't blame Madueke for falling.
But is it enough contact to be a pen to decide a game?
Look, but if you're a ref and you have that awareness that we are having right now collectively,
they also messed up earlier. Andrew probably should have gotten sent off.
True.
For the Gyökeres pull.
True.
Period. Because Gyökeres was passing.
So maybe ref was looking at that. And
then also the other one where he body checks him. Like, that's 2 yellows, and he stays on, and then he scores the goal. So it's like,
I think
maybe ref was looking at that. Yeah, I gave them
probably
this.
like makeup. Yeah,
I
like
think
refs do
people
that.
Because they do
Yeah.
say that.
People
I
need
just
to
don't like
remember-
that being what decided the game.
That's
Do you know what I
right.
mean?
But
And I
everything
think
just-
it's very unfair, right? Obviously, like
Too inconsistent.
You're saying that's
dude.
what decided the game? Like a set piece wouldn't have decided the game.
It was
I know,
a set
I know it's
piece.
really ironic from
it
me.
was a set piece.
No, but Anderson's
I'm
goal
saying
was
like
the same.
Anderson's goal. Like
Sure.
what did they do outside?
Sure,
Like you know what I
sure,
mean? They did nothing.
sure, yes, fair
They literally
point.
played like a quadruple 25,000 low
Okay.
block, and I can't even say anything because my club
But
does the
also
same
like,
thing,
but also like, it's a 0-0 compared to a 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same result at the end of the day.
There's no away goal. No one's.
That's what I mean,
I
right?
just
so
feel like the
you can't really
dialogue
look
around
at that.
Arsenal and decisions is very merited. Like I was watching the game with Tristan when that happened. I literally told him, I'm like, yo, I don't think that's a pen. Like,
Yeah.
that's a soft
Yeah.
pen,
It
but
doesn't
it
look
is
like
a
a
pen.
pen. Yeah.
But the thing is this is how VAR works. People need to remember, because I feel like people forget context of how we can use this stuff. Because
Yeah.
generally, sometimes I feel like people don't use their brains. They can't overturn
I
a
was gonna-
decision
I was gonna say
unless
that.
it's clearly
and
wrong.
obvious.
And he
Yeah,
kicked
yeah,
them in the
yeah.
leg.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even if they think
Yeah.
it's not a penalty, they're not allowed to say it.
Yeah.
So these people being like, oh, like all of VAR's on his side. If he did not give it as a pen and they looked at it, they would not have given it as a pen because it's not conclusively wrong.
I think they half could have, but I think people are mad that
there was no like VAR.
But also
check.
the ref saw and literally pointed and said, "Yo, pen."
Yeah.
So there's so much you can do as VAR to overturn what the ref.
because he
Yeah.
thinks
Ref
it's clear
fully
and
saw it.
obvious. Is it clearly and obviously wrong?
Unless,
no.
unless it's,
I think it's a pen. I think people are just mad it's not the most obvious pen. Like you
Yeah.
look
Yeah,
at the Bruno
it's a pen, bro.
Bruno against Newcastle, where he like swings his leg out. That's a pen.
No.
Pen.
Yeah,
there's
it
no
was.
there's
I
no
said, Bruno,
debating.
why?
Yeah, that was a bad
Yeah.
decision.
Stupid.
But people want like. If it's a pen, it has to be this caliber of a pen.
Yeah,
If it's a
yeah,
handball,
yeah.
it has to be. But
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
not
That's
realistic
not the rules.
because
Yeah,
it
it's true.
fluctuates. Like
yeah.
So
it
does that create consistency if we look at it like that, with like how we're scaling what a pen is and what is like?
I
This
think
is a pen, by the way.
I think
And Bruno stepped on Konza's leg and he got a penalty for that.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, but-
Okay, so like let's talk about like having a universal law, and you can't do that if it's objective. Like
there's no objective is the issue. Like you can't.
subjectively,
Yeah,
sorry,
exactly,
it's
yeah.
all subjective. So it's like a ref might be like more old school and be like, nah, like let
soft.
the
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
be
let it
soft.
play, yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like also you can even see with the Prem, how many times have they implemented a new rule at the start of the season, do it for like 2 games, and then it never existed.
That's why Rice got
Sure.
sent off.
Yeah.
Where like that was like
Or
everyone was
like the
that's
talking
new
to the
rule.
ref, like they do it a little bit now. But do you remember how many yellows they were given? Or do you remember that at a time shit where there was stuff where there was like 20 minutes of at a time for
Yeah.
every single second they missed? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if they're not consistent
Yeah.
with even applying their rules, how do you think they're going to be consistent in the way they
Yeah.
decide things?
Yeah, it's true.
Even
It's
at
a
the
fair
World
point.
Cup, people thought it was like a new standard for added time where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
they're giving 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And then internationally, they haven't done that since.
Yeah.
So it's
true.
It's just.
But
yeah.
even the dialogue around the penalty, it does not remove from the fact that we are kind of having the same conversation about Arteta. Is how can Arteta break low blocks through open play? Because we're not seeing it. Because before it used to be like we'd use a set piece to get to be like a new aspect, to a new dimension. But it's like now
Yeah.
we kind of only rely on it.
Vikings,
I hope this
mean,
run.
yeah,
I hope
yeah.
this
guys are
run
just-
ends soon because
Yeah.
it would be a waste of a CL spawn. Do you guys remember when you had to pick teams in gym class, right? And you had like 1 or 2 people left, and you had to pick the fat guy and put him in net.
Then he just has the
Then he has the
Master
back.
class.
Why? Because he has no
not-
pressure. He's alleviated a pressure.
That's not fair to them, I don't think. Watch them, they're actually too good to not
they-
give
they-
them credit.
yeah.
They are so healthy.
Bodo is one of the only teams when they're playing in possession that aren't afraid to go backwards to then make a forward movement.
Yeah.
They have nothing to lose. Have you noticed the way they drag out teams with backwards
they, like,
passes
get-
into combinations to
Yeah.
find the final third runners?
Because their players,
it's so
like,
elite.
their players can take it down so fast. Like,
Yeah.
You got to give it to Bodo, dude.
yeah, they're so good. Like, there's
Yeah.
There's
This
This
100%.
isn't the fat kid in net. The fat kid in net gets lucky that you shot it at him.
Sure.
That's what happens.
Sure, that's
If
fair. That's fair.
You
Yeah,
hit one
that's a
long
good
shot
point.
into the corner and he's
Yeah.
not saving it. Like,
But
Low
again,
jibbing on the
we
fat
might
kid.
we could.
lot to talk about.
PSG
Chelsea
are not
versus
that
PSG.
good. PSG are not that good.
They probably aren't as good as the 5 goals that they got. Like the 5 goals.
No,
on
I'm talking
point nine
about. I'm talking about as a team this season.
But
they're not as
they're
good.
also gearing up to be good. Like they're not. They haven't had to be good yet, to be honest.
I think.
I mean, they almost lost to Monaco, so maybe they should have been better earlier.
No, I understand that. I've seen all the videos on it and the tactical analysis. Is like they play kind of like how American sports teams play. Like Luis Enrique is getting a lot of inspiration from American sports teams with like load management and just making sure players like look at Ousmane Dembele. Look at his stats from the last 2 seasons. Look at his stats from the first half of the season. I know. And then look at how he blows up because he doesn't play. He gets subbed off in the 60th minute, gets brought on, and he's full of energy. And it's like I feel like it's kind of the same thing with PSG where it's like he's just moving a little like. You know, like craziness is good, but there's a point where you get too crazy. Like that stuff with like watching from the stands, like playing the speakers, which by the way Arteta did first. Playing the speakers in like in the training ground, you know, like all that stuff. It's just a little too much. And
But are PSG just psychos?
Yeah,
I think so.
You got to focus more, like the speakers and everything outside. Just focus on the game, and their game feels maintainable. The cuts, the everyone changing position.
No, I get it's how it's maintainable.
It's so hard to.
But it's like PSG are the same type of good as Barca, where they're so good, but they're low key kind of shit on like there's low key moments in the game where they just lose their attention. That's PSG. We got to remember. I think we spoke about it in the United video. If you like, I know revisionism is bad, and I know that's how you win a trophy is by those moments and those players. But if you really look back, apart from that Inter game for me, like Liverpool game got saved by Donnarumma in the first leg. Almost got knocked.
Wait, what?
I'm talking about last season, PSG.
No, the first leg was when Alisson saved them.
Oh, the other way around, sorry.
Well, he got saved in the penalty shootout, but that was I think they were better.
Sorry, it was the other way around.
They were better both legs.
And then the second round, he literally almost choked the Villa.
Like
then
a
Arsenal
3-goal
game,
lead.
I will never like. Obviously, it doesn't matter. It's only the goals that you put in. But you watch those games. Yes, we were very susceptible. But even when we were like really bad,
I think we
should have scored like 8.
The first leg we should have lost. The second leg is one where...
And even the one where we should have lost, Donnarumma made like 3-4 crazy saves.
They weren't crazy. They were good saves. It was Martinelli
like the
shooting
Martinelli one,
shoots too centrally. Yeah.
But just stuff like that with PSG.
What are your biggest doubts with PSG, though?
My biggest doubts of PSG is... You know how like City have that... Like a team like City or like... I can only really think of City right now. It's just,
push comes to shove?
No, not when push comes to shove. It's like... You go into the game, Champions League final. You go into the the way that PSG were. The way they played last season in that final, they're not carrying that same vibe for me. Where it's like you can maintain that. Like let's just say you're dominating the first 30 minutes. That's what the rest of the game looks like.
Yeah,
that's not how they've been this year. Especially I think when I saw that Chelsea game, or not even the Chelsea. I think the Bayern game is when I started really like from the Club World Cup when I was like. Wait a minute, these guys low-key kind of frauded their way to the final. And then I watched the Chelsea game, and it's like because they think they're so good and they know they're that good, they don't have that like edge. You know what I mean? Like let's just say Cole Palmer's...
Is their edge not thinking they're so good? Is that not the
that's what I think.
Their edge is being so good.
Yeah, like their player profile.
Who isn't crazy talented?
No.
They subbed on Ficha.
What I mean by that is
who the hell can do that? That man.
After Barcola scored 2.
I found the way that I'm saying.
I think they're a little crazy
intersection. I found the word that I was looking for. It's they have that lax in their system that I just think that could be like they're just lax in the way they move sometimes because they think they're so good.
I think they're
no.
So intense.
They're lax defensively.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Like that PSG press though, come on.
I know, and their attack
again.
They can be
press is bypass. Like
it
is. It's not easy to bypass, but like when you bypass it. They low-key don't look that good.
Again, but that's how they beat their teams, though.
Yeah.
We know defensively they're poo.
Yeah.
They don't... Marquinhos has been slowing down. Zabarni's not that...
Zabarni's horrible.
Who we expected to be, right?
Pacho to be fair, I'm forgetting they low-key, like...
Like, they have shooters. That's why they're up there. They have shooters.
Yeah, people...
I predicted 4-2 for this game. I think
the dialogue would be different.
I was so close. I was so close, bro.
Jorgensen made a save at the
Can anyone score that VAR goal? in the Prem. I saw someone else
in the
say that.
Prem?
I saw someone I don't know what video it was, but I
Cunha?
want to ask you guys.
Cunha.
Oh yeah,
did it.
Cunha. No, yeah,
Cunha's probably the only one.
Rashford comes back.
Cunha.
Bro,
But you're
they
always saying
bro.
that, no, I'm saying
No, Cunha scores that goal.
Okay.
We could be honest about that.
Low key. This might sound crazy. Sometimes Gakpo.
Oh,
Yeah,
Gakpo.
oh, yeah, that
Yeah.
is,
Low-key,
bro. That is him.
Yeah.
That is him.
Yeah.
Shovel.
That
But I'm
is
just
him.
what I mean by that is there a player like Vara in the Prem, and do you think that if Vara went to the Prem, he'd look as good? Like, do you think the Prem just ruins this type of winger?
No.
No.
I actually think Kvara is that player that I think he changes the entire dynamic of a Prem team.
Yeah, because he does that. He can do everything by himself,
He could do everything by
and
himself.
he can find people too.
Yeah.
But do you think that's that's gone? Because I know the only way
Yeah,
I can
the way
see that,
how
Yeah.
intense
the
this
way of the
league
Prem,
is.
the only way you could do it, and the only player that's ever done, and that's why I'm always gonna praise this guy, even though he's at our rivals.
Hazard.
Bruno is the only one where it's like I'm carrying the team. When you see any other team
Well,
really rely on
Salah
like, an
had
attack.
that. Salah had
and
that
Bruno.
last year.
Don't let me.
Yeah, but
let
like
me dream
it's
about
sustainable.
that.
I mean,
Wow.
you know what I
Well,
mean?
think about
Salah's
that.
has been. It's been
Kvaratskhelia
sustainable. They just haven't
left
won.
wing?
It's been
Bro.
sustainable. It's just they just haven't
Wow.
won.
You
This is
wanna
the first
think
year it
about that,
hasn't
bro.
been sustainable.
No, but they weren't over
Just two
relying on
players
like
who
last
could
season was the
do
something.
first
You
year.
know,
No,
like,
but they
relying.
Bruno
were.
just-
Bro, they had
were.
Diaz, they had
rotate each
Mane,
other.
they had Firmino,
Mane-
they had a crazy
we can get
midfield.
another
Like,
But I mean,
you
like
don't wanna
Mane
get a
left
cam?
what 2022.
We got
So what
cam.
2020?
so I'm saying he had
Yeah.
one year without Mane.
No.
Or
Three.
I know, bro.
No,
need to
2
just
years
be there.
before
They
before
don't
he
get it.
became
We
like the
need to be there.
relied upon guy in the attack.
No. He was still the relied upon guy. The 22, 23. Remember when he started crazy, and then I think that's the year that Son caught up to him in the Golden Boot race. But he had like 20.
No, that's 21-22.
Oh, that-
21-22.
It was 22, 23.
When he was like dribbling past like City and Watford and stuff.
We gotta wrap that. Was it not?
So are we going to talk about
Yeah,
how
apologies.
terrible Chelsea are?
Oh yeah, we can do that. Honestly, let's do
I didn't
that
think
fast.
I didn't think they were that terrible.
Are they frauds? They won the Club World Cup. They called themselves world champions.
Bro.
I saw that,
Yeah.
which was crazy
They're
that
not
anyone
going
even
nowhere.
said that.
They're having no they're
But-
not having no trajectory
Yeah,
with
no,
that
they
defense.
are. I don't. They,
What's
That defense-
Chelsea's peak?
Fixing that defense is
No.
bro. Their peak is right now. Their peak is this. This is peak.
Their peak is when they tied 1-1 to us. I'm not even kidding.
Guys. like,
Unironically, that's their peak.
this I think it's more about club direction. They don't have direction because this is basically the last year of that old direction where it's like, oh, we're building the club, we're getting all the youngsters. Now you're supposed to see it actually develop, and you're seeing all
I was
these
gonna
players.
say that's
all-
what do you think they're doing?
All their players are still in that like, you know what I mean? These players that were here from 4 years ago, and this is the problem. They don't keep them.
Yeah, so they're all
They
scared.
said
They all-
they
This is
said
why
they
Cole Palmer,
they
you
said
know,
they
it could be
wanted
a
to
thing.
change the way they go about things. We're going like they're literally seeing old Chelsea traits. Like, why sign Delap? That is the most Chelsea of like that's
Yeah,
Chelsea
yeah.
of all
Chelsea of
signing of
old
all
ever.
time.
I think that's revisionist. I think everyone thought that was a good sign.
I never
His
thought that
season-
was
No,
good.
his
I
season-
never thought that was
no.
For
good.
30 mil, you
No,
think 30
30
mil?
mil?
for him?
No.
Bro, this is what
I
I'm
high-key
talking.
thought it was poo.
Okay, you
Really?
bring in
But I
United-
understand.
Ipswich.
No,
United
I
wanted
understand that
him.
perspective.
Guys, they let
United
go
wanted him, and he was
Jackson had
always
like
gonna be
15
terrible.
goals. 15 in the
Because
Prem.
look at Ipswich, bro. How did he get that much goals in
Nicholas
Ipswich?
Jackson is a better backup than Liam Delap.
That's
is.
that's
the
yeah.
truth.
Because
Yeah,
my
I
thing
now
agree.
he's
is,
Prem
no, this was my
Yeah,
thing. When
and
they
he's
signed
balling with
Delap,
Bayern.
I'm like, okay, they want to make him a starter, right?
Yeah.
When they signed João Pedro, I'm like, what was the point of getting rid of
getting
Nicholas
Delap.
Jackson?
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
the
yeah,
best.
yeah. It's
Nicholas
true. It's a good
Jackson
point.
and João Pedro, like swapping in and out. You're
The
telling me that's
tandem,
not
yeah, yeah.
amazing?
And you could play João Pedro and Nicholas Jackson better together than Delap
Bro,
and
it's like
João
yin and
Pedro.
yang, bro. One is the epitome of composure, and the other guy is just like Darwin Nunez.
Yeah,
or, like,
just
like, you
just
know what I
letting
mean?
everything
He
fire.
generally would make
Yeah.
him better. I think if they
Yeah.
both play together.
I know we predicted Madrid to win.
Yeah,
But
we
I don't
did.
know what time that anyone's gone to Madrid and Madrid have been the underdog. Because I think
Yeah.
they probably were. I think most people.
I thought
thought-
City were gonna do something.
Yeah,
bro.
I
Friends
I
were
did
telling
too.
me that I was crazy for saying Madrid will win.
But again, we
Yeah,
gotta give
but
them the edge.
But you
They're not
you
winning,
you wouldn't
so-
you wouldn't have
Why?
said you wouldn't have
You're
said
not crazy, bro.
you thought if they beat City they would have barely
I
stopped.
wish.
No,
wish
I said they
had-
were going to
bro, I wish
dominate
I
the
got
first
that
half of the
video.
game.
First, but did you think the whole game, first leg or the first half?
Well, I called the first half, and it was 0-0 second half.
Yeah, remember
Yeah,
we said
but I'm saying-
it would be one team would dominate first half and then the other team.
But
And I'm
would take
calling
over
it
that.
now. It's
But-
either going to be 0-0 first half the next game, or it's going to be 1-0 City.
I don't know.
you
Madrid
don't,
was
you
just,
don't think City's gonna
I think it's the most.
You think
like,
City's down and out?
1-0.
Well, yeah, you think City's down and out? Like,
they might get more than one in the first half, but I think second half Madrid will come back.
Yo, this game's so hard.
So you're saying City's out, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
3-0 down against
I know,
Real
but
Madrid.
this Madrid team is
yeah, susceptible, bro.
yeah.
City
Yeah,
are not
yeah, yeah,
susceptible
yeah,
to
yeah. What?
bro. City are not comeback kings.
But
It's just not the
susceptible
old-
to what?
It's
though?
just not old Madrid. It's not like
just
in a way of like consistency, right? We
But
just
what
don't
does
know.
City have for them?
Can I say
They
like?
still-
Are we forgetting?
No,
are we
we
forgetting?
can't
that we're-
forget about the
They were
Haaland. We can't
arguably.
forget
They were
about
arguably worse.
Haaland
last
hasn't
year.
scored in what 10 games?
yeah.
It's been a while.
Madrid can't really park it, and they probably are going to.
They don't need
But
a
what do you mean
park
they
it.
can't park it? They did it
Why-
last season.
why
Are
does-
we
Who
forgetting?
did they park it against?
City. They literally parked it against City. They played City and then Brahim Diaz and Mbappe. Are we forgetting
Yeah,
about
but they
that?
don't. But they're not.
and they were worse than this year. Were they or were they not really horrible last year?
Well, they have.
and they still
injury-
did that against
they have
City.
injury issues too.
Sure.
Like
I think
I don't think you get that performance out of Valverde, and and City were bad regardless of Valverde, but
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Pep is going to make changes, and he's going to
But
realize.
what
that-
changes does he have? What can Pep change in this game that will put fear into Madrid? Up
Nothing.
3-0
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
in a Champions League match when that's all they have to play for.
I just don't think it's done.
yeah,
Oh,
that
it's
is
not-
fair to not.
Yeah,
count
sure.
them out.
It's not done, but-
something's telling me like Madrid. I don't think they're. I don't think they're in the UCL. And I know that's a crazy take.
fine.
And yeah. I don't think you
Nobody
disagree
does.
with me thinking that.
Yeah, no.
No.
I just think like. I just think that they have to bring some. Like they have to like.
But what
I don't know, O'Reilly further up. Like genuinely just people who
Sure.
can just
Yeah,
run past
but
them.
O'Reilly was
Yeah.
shocking.
Oh no, he was terrible.
But he was back
terrible.
at left back, and when was the last time he played there? Like, what are we doing, Pat?
Well, people are saying he should start for England at left back.
He probably should.
Yeah,
but
I know,
like,
but I agree. The first goal, he fully like mistracks the ball.
yeah, terribly.
Yeah.
And Donnarumma, and we were talking about Donnarumma last week being
Yeah.
could be the difference maker,
And then he pulls his hand when he's in the box.
like
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
no
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
You're a keeper. You'll always get like
Yeah.
if you just get a hand to the ball, they'll always give you that.
And it's weird of him not knowing where the box was. Like
Yeah.
that almost doesn't make.
It
Like
makes no
been,
sense. It's
He's
making
been
no
around too long to
He's
not.
too much of a high level.
Man's are questioning
keeper.
Max fiction.
Yeah.
Yo, guys. Bernardo Silva starting a Champions League game against Real Madrid in 2026.
No,
How
that
many
doesn't mean
years?
anything.
How many years has this guy been washed? Has he had to leave?
Doesn't matter. He starts.
Why
every
is he
game.
starting?
To be
He's
fair,
the
he's
captain.
been a little bit like one of
Bro, he's
City's
lethargic. He's lethargic.
Yeah.
What does he bring
Bernardo
to the
Silva's
system?
never been good.
No, that's
Okay,
not
come
fair. That's
on
not
now.
fair.
We won't.
Bernardo Silva. Okay, I don't want to say Bernardo Silva's never been.
2019
Sorry,
Bernardo Silva.
I'm a Portugal fan, and I thought he's always been terrible for
Yeah,
Portugal, so
okay.
that's unfair. I think for City, he's done a lot of good things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever think Bernardo Silva was City's best player.
Oh yeah, but I don't think anyone think that's not.
Sure, right?
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. So it's like,
So you think he's a system player?
I think he's a system player,
Okay.
yes, exactly.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think that's why he plays every game.
Yeah.
So I think the questions on Bernardo Silva starting doesn't really matter because he'll start every game. He's
What
going to start the
system,
next game
bro?
too.
Like you could
Well,
Turkey, bro. What is your problem, Pep? Like
Did
stop-
Turkey not play?
Turkey
Came
also
off the
doesn't.
bench.
If
Oh, he came off the bench. Foden played,
Turkey
yeah.
can't run,
Foden
like that's his
sucks.
issue. Turkey
Okay,
doesn't
but you're
track.
playing this Madrid
But
team where
that-
you
but I
have
don't
how
think
much
Foden
possession
played
did they
good.
have? How much possession did they have?
I
That
don't
is
think
literally
Foden played.
Turkey's
Who
game.
played on the right?
That is literally
Oh,
Turkey's
Samir.
game is to
Did-
break
Did
the
they have,
line.
did they have that much?
Well,
got
I think in the
hooked that
first
half.
half they were up
That's
by
right,
like
yeah.
like before the
Oh
goal.
yeah, 60%, which is crazy. You have 60% and
At the
have like a
Bernabeu.
fourth of their XG.
And I think like the problem was more how Pep approached the game. Like it kind of makes no sense to me because you've played this team every single year for the last like 3-4 years. You should know what to do at the Bernabeu. You know what I mean?
Look at their injury.
It's
Look at Madrid's
Why did he overthink this lineup?
Yeah,
I know.
sure.
I'm
I
just
know.
really looking
I know.
at.
I agree,
Bro,
I saw the
Bro,
lineup.
people
Ain't
were
Nori
on their-
still here and
on
look
their
at-
knees for Tajani Reindeers to come on. That's
Oh, yeah.
how you know it's bad.
That's who should be playing. Like He should be playing.
Yes, but he's not even great.
He's not
Bro.
great.
So
He's
the
been
fact
blue.
that they're
He
begging,
had a really good first game.
Yeah.
And then the goal against Chelsea. Like,
I thought
but the
They're
fact
cooking.
that like
Why did-
City fans are on Twitter in the middle of the game begging for Tajani Rangers to come on,
I know.
just to get a midfielder in, that's how you know
Just
it's
the
bad.
box crash, bro.
Can I say
Was
something
bad.
that also works? I think that if Pep had that game against any other team than Madrid, that's not how the game's panning out. I think it's genuinely when we were having that conversation about our
But
UCL,
how many times do you
our
need to
UCL
play
preview,
Madrid to like know how to beat
That's
them?
my thing. But like,
especially this rendition. Like, they're
okay,
not-
explain to me. How do you beat a team that's just not good? That just wins based off of like heritage.
you stick to your guns and you don't try to do some
Yeah.
crazy shit,
Yeah.
which is
Like
always
what
what he
Pep freaking
That's
does,
why he
yeah.
lost the UCL in
This is
2021.
where-
Bro, because
Yeah.
Gundogan at DM.
Now I'm
That's what he
seeing-
did.
now I'm
Has
seeing
Pep
what y'all
eliminated
saying.
Madrid since he's left Barca?
Bro, it was that 4-0, that 1 year where they won the UCL.
No, no, in the UCL they knocked him out.
They knocked him out
Right?
like
That was the only
4-0,
year.
Yeah. Every other year,
Every
they
other year
low-key had his bag.
dropped,
They
dropped
played them
him.
what?
Pep, when was the
4 times?
last time you played?
3
all
times
of
they've
that?
eliminated
I think it's
them?
just
this is the
Madrid,
third
though.
time. This is the third time.
No,
in a
it's the
knockout,
4th time, no?
No, 4th time.
4th time,
Yeah,
right?
because
This
they
knockout
did
is the 4th time.
2021.
No, but I'm saying
No,
this is the third time
they've
they're
knocked them out.
gonna lose.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yes,
Yeah,
third
yeah.
time they're gonna lose. Yeah, yeah.
But I think it's more like, remember when we were talking about the UCL preview, and I said low key maybe it's this year is the year they win, because this is when Madrid win, when they're not good. You know what I mean? And it's like relying off of moments,
Yeah.
relying off of vibes. And honestly,
Yeah,
who possessed Valverde? I don't know. That third goal,
was so
have
good.
some shame.
That
have
was so
some,
good.
Have
Wow.
some
That was-
No.
shame.
Wow.
All of his goals, bro,
Were good,
The
yeah,
first
yeah.
one,
Amazing.
Beast Donnarumma, he's like, I'm not scared of you at all. I'm gonna put it past you.
Well,
and
also
just
the
slot it."
touch.
And he
Also
takes
the
it on the
touch.
run.
Oh my
That man
God,
is so
the touch.
fast.
Man ran past him and said,
Bro.
"Yo,
And
let me
he
just."
literally
Thibaut, bro, what
takes
a
it.
ball. What a ball.
Yeah,
by
yeah,
Thibaut.
Wow.
Thank you so much for watching episode 3 of Thinking Outside the Boot. This is our UCL review. Let us know in the comments if we cooked, if we're wrong. I mean, we'll find out in like 5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun talking about all the teams. As always, it's me. I'm with Samir. We got Jay and
What's
Tristan. And thank you for watching.
This is
And
outside the boot.
stay tuned. We will be here with weekly episodes.